Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody. No one wants to go to jail for things.
They've been lying to you.
What's up, guys? I am Dusty Neal.
And I'm Deep Think.
And we are back again. Whoa! Did you see that?
What was that?
Dude. I actually saw an alien. I think I did. I saw an alien spaceship. It flew over our head.
What?
But you know what? That's what we're going to talk about today.
Aliens.
We are going to talk about aliens. Woo! Yes, aliens. Aliens from other planets. Be like, what is it, Star Trek?
Yeah.
You know, be like Captain Kirk. And
we're going.
Hey, baby, you're green, but you still look good.
We're going where no one has gone before.
Do you? Oh my God. Definitely.
Oh dear.
Oh, we keep this clean now. No. Right. Yeah. I mean, look at Captain Kirk. He was sleeping around.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, he would sleep with like a purple girl, a green girl,
right. Yep.
Gold girl,
all sorts of colored girls.
Yes, and you know, I mean, they didn't even mention protection back then.
Right.
It's like, what's up? Hey, baby.
They were all strangely humanoid, though.
No wonder he talked like this. He was trying to keep it straight because he had been alien abducted.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
That's what happens when you get it up the butt.
Oh my God.
Those probes.
Captain Kirk is like, no, we can't go that direction. Okay, this is a clean show. Yes.
Gotta remember, clean show.
Yes. Yes. So, you know, where do you think, what planet? Let's try to figure out what the alien would look like if they came from, let's pick a hard one, Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jupiter.
So, Jupiter is pretty far away from the sun, right?
Yes.
So it's very cold.
And I think it, scoot my chair over here. There we go. There we go. I think Jupiter had too much chili last night.
Why is that?
Because it has lots of gas.
Oh my God. Where is that?
Are we going really corny today?
That was terrible.
It's really bloated. It may need some gas X. It's there's a lot of atmospheric pressure going on here.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe, you know, we'll fly another probe in. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so let's talk about an alien from Jupiter. So if it was from Jupiter,
right,
what would it look like?
Oh, it would have to be able to survive.
Yeah.
On Jupiter.
Yes.
And Jupiter has incredibly strong winds.
You know, well, winds. Oh, it would just. Oh, what if it has Superman powers and it would just. It would fly through. Right.
It would need to be able to. Like, is Jupiter completely a gas planet, or does it have a solid center?
It has a core, but it's. I think it's all like the sun or something. It's all.
Yeah.
Fiery and not fiery. There is no fire in space, Dusty. It's all, what is it called? Nuclear.
Like new, as in it's brand new. And clear, as in you can see through it.
Nuclear.
Exactly.
Is that a nuclear floor? That looks really clean. It's new and clear.
Right, exactly.
But so the alien from Jupiter. Mm-hmm. So what would he look like? Or what would it look like?
Depends on how big it was.
That's right, because Jupiter is huge. It's like a million Earths.
Right. It has a ton of gravity.
So it's got a ton of gravity. So it's got to be wind resistant. He's got to be able to fly around. He's got to be
Well,
able to.
I doubt that it can fly in that type of gravity. Although, unless the atmosphere is so thick that it allows it.
Sorry, I had to wet my whistle. Squeeze me. So, it would fly around, but it'd have to be really, really strong.
Yep.
Super strong. And because Jupiter is so big, so would it be like a fish when you put a fish in like a bigger tank? That fish actually grows bigger. So, would it be a giant gas alien?
I doubt it would be gaseous. The winds there would blow it apart if it were gaseous, right?
You
For a
know,
gaseous alien, you need a very calm and steady atmosphere.
okay. Well, you know, I figured out something because I know we were having this conversation of how the aliens would like build like spacecrafts and stuff like that.
Right.
Did you know there's some planets where it gets so hot that iron vaporizes, or not iron, but metal vaporizes and it rains iron from the sky?
I have heard that.
So there's the materials.
Just because they're there doesn't mean that you can use
Just
them.
goop them together. And
Right.
we got a spaceship here.
Spaceship.
You know?
That's how it works.
We're gonna fly around.
Just take a bunch of liquid iron and goop it together, and you got a spaceship.
Yes, we just jump inside because we're already gas. Might as well just seep in through the cracks and go. Okay, let's hope we'll catch one of them strong winds and go right out of Jupiter. So, what would the alien look like? What is your opinion? Do you think?
I think that depends on what is underneath all those clouds. If it's an ocean, then it'd probably be some kind of fish.
Be
Right?
like a dolphin.
Yeah.
So long, so long. Thanks for all the fish.
If it's actually solid under all that gas,
Yeah.
then it would probably be like really muscular to be able to drag itself around.
Could you imagine a big muscular fish?
Yeah,
You'd be like,
like back in the dinosaur days.
he'd be like flexing out. He'd probably talk like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but in another language. No, Dad, no. No, I'm kidding. So he'd be big and he'd be fishy. So let's go with that thought. So underneath the ocean, he'd be a big, muscular. He could take a lot of high pressure.
Right. Well,
he would have to grow wings.
If they were underwater, then the gravity would be less of an issue.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Because you deal with pressure
Right.
underneath the water. But okay, so they do have flying fish on the Earth right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if they evolved so much they started flying?
Well, the thing is that with that type of gravity, flight is incredibly unlikely.
Hey,
Right.
hey. But they're super strong. Remember?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
maybe, what if they develop to where they're super light also?
that could be a possibility.
And they're strong skin but super light.
Right.
So they're I mean.
Well, the thing is flight there. You got to remember that it's highly windy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And it'd be very difficult to fly in that type of maelstrom.
So how would they fly? That's right, because the wind would be going every direction.
Right.
Yeah. So how would they fly? What do you think?
I don't think that they would fly.
All right.
I
So
think
how
that
would they
would
get
be either land bound or ocean bound.
Okay. So how would they say later on develop how to get off of Jupiter and and fly to Earth and come visit us on Earth?
Getting to this stage where you have an alien life form that is not only an alien life form on another planet, but also an intelligent life form that has the ability to create interstellar flight.
Mm-hmm. I just came up with an idea.
What's that?
Jupiter's made of all those gases, right?
Yep.
What does matter come from?
Energy.
Energy and what? Gases.
What are you trying
and
to
dust.
get at?
Well, how do we know that there's no dust inside that gas? And how do you know that they can't form? I mean, what if all that stuff, that gases are actually making its own matter and it's raining down matter into the ocean, but it's not really like matter what we think of matter. Maybe it's not land matter, but it's something maybe they can put together with their little gills.
Right. Well, the thing is that you have to have life that has existed long enough and in the correct conditions.
Yeah.
To be able to develop intelligence in the first place.
Let's move them way in the future. Way in the future.
Right.
What would be their first, like, we know what our first thing was, like Edison created the light bulb, and then we got electricity, and
well,
then
it actually started
Wright
way
brothers
before that.
create flight, and then now we're going to the moon. But we had like Western days where we developed. I mean, what did we have back in the days, machines wise?
Machines-wise, well, I think that one of the most ancient machines that they found was a clock that they found in the ocean that was seriously degraded. I think it was a clock, but it had a bunch of years
old or something
stuff in it. But it was way older than they thought it could have been possible for that type of device to have been created.
Mm-hmm. So how did we make that clock a long time ago?
Probably a lot of smart people.
And probably our civilization bloomed more than we think.
It's quite possible.
Yeah, we bloomed a lot more, and maybe, Egyptians had it down and they could actually fly through the skies.
Right.
Because if you look at those what do they call those the big spider that's on the ground that's like miles long, and
right,
and the pictures that are depicted onto the ground that those people made.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only way you can see what those look like are from the sky.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were influenced by aliens. Maybe the aliens came and visited them, and then they wanted them to come back, so they put these big symbols on the ground to say, hey, we're down here. Remember, we're the spider people.
Come back.
Come back.
Bring us that fantastic technology.
Bring us that fantastic technology that you drew on the walls that we never could make because we didn't have the manufacturers to be able to make that kind of stuff.
Right.
So we decided to build a big pyramid in your name. So you could see where we're at. We even put your star constellation out of the pyramids.
Here.
Land here. Right there. Just land right on
that's actually the only reason they built the pyramids, obviously.
Yeah, to get the aliens. Track those dang aliens.
Yep.
Yes. So we'll get back over to the fishies. So Jupiter. So how would you let's really get that mind to think and deep think.
Yeah.
How would those aliens evolve? Let's go fast paced. Let's go like, okay, they ate a fish. One day they burped up a pearl inside the atmosphere. They said, oh, wait, that is solid mass that my fishy body made. I can make something out of those pearls.
Right.
And then they went along from there, and it just fast paced.
Right. So you're assuming that, one, you've got an alien race living on a large gaseous planet.
Well, also, and you're assuming that the planet has an ocean underneath.
Right.
Yes.
Two,
I can go with that.
You're assuming that
we can stay away from Jupiter and go to an actual planet that's like that.
You're assuming that they've evolved enough to gain intelligence.
Yeah, they're like Aquaman.
Right.
Or like Merman.
Three, you assume that they know that there isn't an outer space. Because in an atmosphere like Jupiter's, you're not going to be able to see the stars.
That's right. But because also that atmosphere goes, 1,000 miles up or something? Imagine that. That would suck.
Right? You'd never know that there was anything out there.
But you found, okay. So say
which is one
you
of
found
the most,
a way.
This is one of the most amazing things about the planet Earth, is that we can see things like stars.
We can use our imagination.
Light years away.
Okay.
It is incredible.
Let's say they created wings where they could actually fly through the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of them got so high.
They got so high.
dude, there's these dots all over the place.
Right.
And then he flew back down and he died.
And then he died. Before he got to tell anybody?
Well, he was like with his last like
Fishy
gulping,
breath.
finny breath, like there's stars up there.
There's stars up there.
There's something in the sky.
That's pretty good. I like it.
You like that?
Yeah.
do I sound like SpongeBob? Like the what's his name? SpongeBob.
I don't know.
What's his name? I don't know. The guy that makes hamburgers.
Right.
I forgot his name is. Yeah. But yeah, so we told him, and then they started saying, okay, so now they've got that dream to go up into whatever that is.
Right.
So now 1,000 years go by. Where are they at now?
Right. Well, first of all, you need to have, with intelligent species, in order to develop space flight,
Yes.
you have to have an industrial revolution so that you have mass production.
Now we're thinking.
Right?
Yes.
And doing that underwater is a trick unto itself because everything degrades so quickly.
Well, what if they found a way to catch the wind so much that they created floating platforms?
Right? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have floating platforms that are constantly wind adjusting to the platforms. At first, they were all hand cranked.
Mhm.
You know, the people would move them up and down to keep them steady. Keep it steady here. I'm working. I'm trying to build a spaceship. I'm trying to build a spaceship here. You're rocking the ship here. We're trying to keep it steady. Sir, I only got these little fins, you know. I'm back in the ocean. See you later. Yep.
Like, you have to have a driving factor
Yeah.
to make the species want to go out to outer space and
Well,
expend that a
saw it.
tremendous amount of resources to get up there.
Okay, they solved space. That one
What?
person.
What we had was war. War and our interaction with other nations
Yeah.
was our impetus, our driving factor
Mm-hmm.
to develop space flight, to develop satellites and rockets and all of that, because it gave
that's
us
right.
an advantage
Yeah,
over
didn't the
our
Russians?
enemies.
I mean, who knows what they created that one? Bing, bing. What is it called?
Sputnik.
Butnik.
Yeah.
Butnik.
Sputnik.
Oh,
With an S.
Sputnik.
There you
I
go.
thought you said Buttnik. I was like, Buttnik.
But yeah, the Russians developed the first satellite, I believe.
Yeah, that's the one, the Sputnik.
Yeah.
They went
And-
across the sky and they thought that.
And then America's like, they could drop missiles on us with that type of technology.
Yeah.
We need to develop that too.
No, but they already had flight. There goes my nose itching. They already had flight right about that time, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. So they were already doing like the U-2 bomber back then, weren't they?
I do not know the time periods exactly of how those line up.
Let me see. Let me see something really fast. The U-2 bomber. When was this Sputnik? Let's see. Do your little thing while I'm sitting here looking up stuff.
Right.
Sputnik satellite creation. 1957.
1957. And when was
Yes.
World War II?
When was World War II? 1939.
1939.
So within.
So it was
30
after World War II.
Yes.
And it was during the Cold War, I believe.
Okay.
After that.
So you had the Cold War happening, then suddenly after that, then Sputnik was created.
Right.
So okay, go explain that again.
So the Russians developed Sputnik, a satellite that could go up into outer space. Very low tech, but still amazing that they were able to put something into orbit.
How'd they get it into orbit? I forget. Did they
Rockets.
rocket?
Yep.
They rocketed it?
Rocketed up
They
there.
rocketed it. Hang on, I'm gonna wet my whistle again.
And then the US saw that and they're like, that's a type of technology that could wreck us if we don't have something similar.
But then, okay, how long was it until they did the Apollo missions?
I do not know.
Well, let's look it up.
Right?
God, we need to be like Joe Rogan and have a guy on the side like going,
Yeah.
hey, let's look that up really fast.
So
I
we
got
can
that
talk
for you,
while
deep
they
thinking,
look it up
Dusty.
for us.
Yes, exactly. So we won't be like, do, 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 like you do your dance as
Right.
I'm looking up stuff. So
Loading bar.
So what's the question again? Question is, when did what? When did what? When did what? When did what?
When did the Apollo missions start?
When were the Apollo missions? 1961.
61. So,
So-
like 20 years later.
Well, 1957 is when Sputnik was put up.
Mhm.
Then the Apollo missions came right
Oh,
after that.
57. I thought you said 47.
No, Sputnik was 1957.
Okay.
So 1957, then 3 years later, yeah, they went on it fast, didn't they?
Yeah. They're just like.
They were like, "Oh my God, the satellite is up there and it's beeping.
So when
is
we
it going to
when we really
bomb
put our
us?"
minds towards something, when we like focus a huge amount of manpower and brain power towards something, we get it done.
Do you hear that, guys? We need to put our brains together, Earthlings, and get this Earth into shape and put our brains together. Anyways, go back to what you're saying. So 1957, we had the Apollo. 1961 had the Apollo missions. So Apollo missions, and then let's go back to the aliens. So how would they? So they created these platforms that are floating,
Right.
right?
So they would probably need to have some sort of necessity to get into space,
Yes, which would be what?
which would either be like a war with an opposing faction to gain an advantage,
War of the
or-
platforms.
or there would have to be some kind of resource up there that would help them out greatly.
How about this? The wars were happening down by the ocean,
Hmm.
and so they have to keep on moving the platforms up higher,
Hired to
and higher,
escape
and
the
higher.
nuclear fallout
and-
that
and-
keeps on.
Yeah, exactly. And to get them higher and higher, they got to build them even better.
Right.
So they build these platforms, and they finally get up to the top of the atmosphere of
Okay.
Jupiter.
Yeah.
So they're up there, and they go, "Wait a minute! Now we've got this technology to get really high up here." And by that time, they've got like, I don't know, plasma floaters,
Plasma floaters.
or steam floaters. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, steam engines in space. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What moves the astronauts around? Is it compressed air out of their suits? What do they blow out of their suits?
Yeah.
Compressed air.
Gas, I believe.
Okay. There's a way of combustion.
That's not combustion. That's just propulsion. Through-
Propulsion.
Yeah.
So all they'd have to do is build a spacecraft, because they're already high and floating in the edge of the atmosphere, and they go a little higher. They go, because I'm sure there's an area on Earth to where if you floated a platform, found a way to float a platform perfectly
Yeah.
up on the top of the atmosphere, half of you would float, like you could float a ball right here, and then the other half would fall. I mean, how close is that? I mean, how much off is that? When did this stuff start floating in space?
That depends on how fast you're going around the planet. So that's what an orbit is all about.
Oh, okay.
It's directing your fall so that it is directly perpendicular to the surface of the planet. So you're always falling sideways instead of falling down.
Got
or
you. Oh, so
away.
there isn't like a halfway in between, like, I'm in 4 states at the Continental Divide.
Right.
Right.
Right,
Or is it
so
the Continental Divide. Four
That's
states?
exactly what an orbit is you're going fast enough that as you're, like, the amount that you're falling
Oh, the gravity starts.
is
letting
also
loose.
the amount that the curvature of the Earth makes it so the land is moving away from you.
Oh, until you break away Earth's atmosphere completely, and then you're just floating.
No. So you have to be outside of Earth's atmosphere to be able to be in a stable orbit, because the atmosphere will slow you down.
Are you guys learning something? I looked at everybody out there. You guys learning something here?
So when you are in space, there's nothing bumping into you to slow you down, right?
Yes.
When you're in the atmosphere is constantly producing a force against you,
Yeah.
so that you're always slowing down. So to be in orbit, you have to be outside of the atmosphere.
Yes, and falling at the direction of the Earth's.
Right, and you have to be moving at a speed perpendicular to the Earth at the exact right speed and
You just
angle
taught me something new.
to be able to constantly be falling
Mhm.
perpendicular to the level of the Earth that you're at.
Gotcha. All right. So these aliens made these floating platforms, right?
Mm-hmm.
They started following the gases, I guess. That wind. You think the wind would be fast enough? Does Jupiter? Wait a minute. Does Jupiter orbit? No, it doesn't. Does it?
Orbit what?
I mean, orbit. Does Jupiter turn?
Yeah,
It does turn,
I think so.
but
Yeah, it
you have
does.
the red spot that just stays in that one spot the whole time. It doesn't. It did not move.
That doesn't. Well, yeah, it's like on the planet, but that like rotates around it, I believe. Like it
I
Jupiter,
never really asked that question.
Jupiter
If
does have days, right?
I don't know.
I
I
think-
have no idea.
I think that the
Does Jupiter turn? What? That's the wrong word. What am I looking for? Does Jupiter
rotate.
rotate? Jupiter
You could also ask how long is
Jupiter
Jupiter's
completes
day?
one rotation every 9 to 8 hours. So the giant planet does rotate
It's rotating really fast.
really
too.
fast. 9 to 8 hours
Yeah.
with a mass of 1,000,000 Earths.
So when you're on the
That
surface,
is-
you're moving pretty fast.
Okay, then think about that. Doesn't that make it easier to get off of the surface if you're in one of the, say, the wind streams? Ah, my nose itches. I hate my nose itching. I don't know why. I always do a show and my nose starts itching in the middle of the show. Last time Deep Think goes, "You need some nose trimmers," and I'm like, "No, I don't."
Yeah, you do.
All right. So say if you're in the atmosphere and you're at the top and you're caught a gas wave,
Right.
a gas wave, and you're floating on it, going around as fast as the rotation of Jupiter.
hmm
Now they just need to get into space, right? And need to find a way to get away from Jupiter's. Oh, wait a minute. What if they learned how to slingshot?
But well, but in order
They
to
got high enough
slingshot-
to where they went into the orbit, they dumped, and then they slingshot out from the other side. When
Right.
it takes in 9.5 hours, of course.
slingshotting is really actually mainly when you're approaching a large body
Oh, gotcha.
at a high speed, and then you use your distance from that planet as you're going around it. You get closer to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then slingshot yourself off around it, right? And that uses the sort of gravity of the planet to add its own motion to your energy, and it gives you more energy to go faster, right?
And that's science, guys.
And that's science. I don't know if I said that exactly right, so don't take my word for it.
Neil deGrasse Tyson would be like, "That's exactly right." No.
Right.
Is that his name, Neil? How do you say his name? Neil
Neil
deGrasse? DeGrasse?
I don't know.
Golly. Neil, I'm sorry. I always pronunciate his name incorrectly. Let's see. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
There it is. So it's Neil deGrasse. DeGrasse.
DeGrasse?
DeGrasse Tyson. DeGrasse. I said it right then. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
There you go.
I said it. And it's not Mike Tyson, guys. He's actually a really awesome person. So,
Mike DeGrasse Tyson.
yes, DeGrasse. Mike DeGrasse Tyson. He DeGrasse Tyson. That just sounds like a word you would say, like DeGrasse.
Right.
Just messed him up. He DeGraced him.
DeGrasse.
Well, I sound like Australian just now.
That
DeGrasse
sounds
might.
like something terrible.
He just like disgraced him.
Right.
Disgraced. So, yeah. So let's check with how about Carl Sagan, what he said about and we're gonna get him on the telephone lines.
Right.
No, Carl Sagan says, is there intelligent life on other planets? Sagan says it's currently possible. The gases from which the first living molecules formed exist everywhere in the universe. What? What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Oh, the phone. I
Oh,
was just wondering where it went.
I was wondering what he was looking down for. I thought,
I thought that it maybe dropped.
oh man, there you go.
Thank you.
Okay, so Yes, it says gases from which the first living molecules formed existed everywhere in the universe. However, for 3 billion years, life on Earth never evolved past blue-green algae. So Sagan points out that evolving large, complex life forms is much more, like you said, D-Thing, is much harder, much harder than the origin of life itself. Therefore, he says that if there is life on other planets, it's more likely to be simple organisms because the time required to evolve complex, intelligent life means that, golly, I'm a bad reader, that statistically, the majority of life in the universe would be in some stage of evolution preceding the complex life form stage. And like you said, if there is life on other planets, it's probably already gone before we can even get across and see it. Right. However, it's certainly possible that there are some planets on which life has been evolving as long as Earth has been evolving, or even much longer. So,
right, but the likelihood that those two sequences are happening at the same time is even less likely.
So,
given the entire life of the universe, life is extremely rare, right? But two lives happening on different planets at the same time is even more rare.
So that means
orders of magnitude.
We got to develop faster vehicles to get over there.
That's not the case. Like, the thing is that
we got to get over there before they die.
If we we're able to see another planet, if we had telescopes good enough to look all the way out there and see life on another planet in another solar system.
You see a guy going, and he moons us.
Right, yeah.
Or he says,
the problem there
is
that
you over there.
The problem there is that what we're seeing happened years ago.
Yeah, millions of years ago.
Millions of years ago.
Oh, that's right. So what if let's say if we had this really awesome telescope that could see exactly the same time we are right now looking at something.
That would actually involve time travel.
Okay, so let's say we did, but I'm saying how would we get there? The fast acceleration to get across space and time.
Right. That would be a technology that we do not have.
Yeah.
It would require either breaking or bending the laws of physics as we know them currently.
Couldn't we be like Tron? The movie Tron?
What are you talking about?
Remember he created this laser thing, and basically the laser pointed at him.
Yeah.
And broke him down into all these different digital coding and sucked him into the Flynn world.
Right. Yeah.
Well, why don't we do it that way? Because we can shoot lasers. We point lasers out of our star scopes, whatever you call it. What is it? Where the astrologer, the scientists are that study other planets.
Yep.
They shoot lasers out and they point it out into space, and it gets there really fast.
Right. At what speed does it get there?
Light speed.
Right.
Okay, so why? I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Now, okay, our closest star, our closest galaxy or star is 4 light years away, something like that.
I do not think so. No,
yes,
much farther than that.
Hang on. What is our closest
neighbor
star to us? It's 4.2 light years away, and there is planets around it that orbit. 4.2 light years away.
Really?
So at 4.2, sometimes Deep Think is impressed with my thoughts. Deep Thoughts with Dusty Neal.
And Deep Think?
Deep Think? So yes, at 4.2 light years from Earth, golly, I cannot read today. Proxima. Proxima
Centauri.
Proxima
is the
Centauri.
Closest star to our planet.
My brain is burned today.
Other than the sun. Its name means nearest to Centaurus in Latin.
Yes. So there are planets that are orbiting that star. Earth-like planets that are, I think, that are orbiting. No?
No. Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf star with a mass of around 12.5 of the sun, percent of the sun, and a diameter of about 14% of our stars. So it is a very tiny star.
So let's see. Okay, let's do this. Here you go. It says Proxima Centauri has 2 known exoplanets and 1 candidate exoplanet. 1 candidate. That means an Earth-like planet.
That does not mean an Earth-like planet.
Oh, I thought it was 1 candidate. It's a candidate just like Earth. Proxima Centauri B, Proxima Centauri D, and the disputed Proxima Centauri C. Okay, so orbits the star at a distance of roughly 0.5 AU and 7.5 million kilometers, with an orbital period of approximately 11.2 Earth days. Oh, it's really close to the star.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So it's a dwarf star.
Mm-hmm.
That means it probably produces a lot less heat.
Correct.
A lot less radiation.
Yeah.
So
you would have to have
the planet could be orbiting a star at a close proximity.
Yep.
And could be in the Goldilocks zone, and with the heat that's coming off the dwarf star, it could have life forms on it.
Right. Well, basically, in order to have life as we know it,
you need water,
with molecules moving around, right?
Yeah.
You need to have a planet that's in the Goldilocks zone,
mm-hmm.
which is basically the distance from its parent star that allows for whatever substance that this alien life form is made out of
mm-hmm.
to be in a liquid form, or a non-solid form, rather.
Mm-hmm.
You'd also need a type of planet that would have some kind of a weather system, where you would have seasons, and you would have different, like the
Mm-hmm.
main sort of material that this alien is made out of would have
Mm-hmm.
to be able to transfer between solid, liquid, and gas on this planet.
So that if it already says there is exoplanets
Mm-hmm.
orbiting Proxima Centauri, whatever it's called, my brain is burned today. So if there's a planet there, then what if they evolved like us, but they're different evolved?
Right.
You know what I mean? So the light years is what I'm talking about. So why couldn't they, if they had laser beams like us, why can't we do that? Why can't we portal across a laser beam?
Well, you've got to remember that the laser beam travels at the speed of light.
Okay, so, but can't they, I guess they haven't come up with a way to digitize, like Gardens, or what is it called, Galaxy Quest? Digitize me!
Right.
Remember? He said, the animal's inside out.
Yeah.
And it exploded. No, yeah, where they digitize them and make them into digital numbers, zeros and ones and whatever. And then the computer, when it gets down the laser beam, puts them all, his molecules and everything back together. But
Mm-hmm.
of course, we're not that far in our technology yet.
Yeah.
But
let's say that
if we had something like that, it would
that
take
is
4
something
years.
that is possible. It would take us 4 years to get there.
Yeah.
And the thing is that a 4-year distance is a very small distance considering all the distances to other stars that there are.
Yeah, the other ones are like 24 to 50 light years away,
or billions of
or
light
million
years away,
light years
right?
away. Yeah. So what if neutrinos are known to go faster than the speed of light. Did you know that? So yes, they
I don't
are.
know much about that.
What's this? I am teaching some things today. I feel smart. Can neutrinos travel faster than the speed of light? Now, another experiment located at a few meters from Oprah has clocked neutrinos traveling at roughly the speed of light and no faster. Darn it. Neutrinos will travel faster than the speed of light in a medium with a refractive index greater than 1, which is the case of air.
Hmm.
So it can travel faster than the speed of light.
Well, the thing is that when you start traveling faster than the speed of light, you start entering time travel.
Yeah, time stops completely for you, right? I mean,
Right.
for you as the traveler, time is completely stopped for you. You're not aging, not growing older or younger, and everything around you. Oh, so so you traveled faster, a little bit faster than the speed of light, to get to that guy that's waving at you over on Satari.
Right.
And 1,000 years already went by.
No. If
Or
you
is that
traveled
what
at the
you're saying?
speed of light and it's 4 light years away, it would take 4 years to get there.
4 years, but what if you
But
were?
like when that guy's waving at us,
Yeah.
that was 4 years ago.
Yes. Oh, 4 years, but you're traveling faster than the speed of light, so it'd be less than 4 years.
Right. So if
Oh, I
you're
see
traveling
how it
faster
works.
than the speed of light, you're actually traveling backwards in time.
Oh, so you'd actually arrive there, and you'd land right in front of him, and he's like,
Right.
"What the?
How did you get here?
How'd you get here? I was waving at you." I mean, he wouldn't even know because
Right.
we'd be back in time.
Yeah. Because you would have to travel backwards
You'd
in
like
time.
land there before he waved at you, and he's like sitting on the pot. Hey, dude, I'm in the. Oh, who are you? How'd
Right.
you get here?
So that's
I saw you waving at
a
me.
great way to explain why traveling faster than the speed of light means traveling backwards in time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there's a planet 4 light years away
Yeah.
and you see somebody waving to you on that planet, that happened 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But if you travel faster than the speed of light to get to that planet,
Yes.
and let's say you can instantly get there,
Yeah.
right? Then, like, as you're traveling, you're kind of like traveling backwards
You could.
in time
You
to the
could-
point where you get to meet the guy as he's waving at you.
Yes, that would
Right?
be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you would blink there. That would be like warping or be like a portal.
Right.
Whoop. It would basically a portal. Oh, did you know? Okay, now there is a laser. I think that did a portal thing that a laser did. That did a portal from one place to another. A laser did. Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
I'm so unknowledge right now. Let me see.
Are you talking about quantum entanglement?
I think there was something that I don't know if it was the Russians that did it. They actually time warped a laser, if that makes sense. I saw this the other day.
Are you talking about freezing light?
No, it was a portal. What is it called? Transported or not transported? When you whoop from one place to the next, what is that called?
Right. Teleportation?
Teleportation. Teleported. There we go. So, when did they teleport a laser?
Don't worry, guys. We're just as dumb as everybody else.
Okay, teleported laser pulses over several miles. There it is right here.
Yeah.
Researchers have now performed a quantum teleportation of laser pulses over several miles.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been successful at teleporting a laser beam. Isn't that crazy?
And did it travel faster than the speed of light?
I don't know. 2016 this happened. Teleported laser pulses, quantum teleportation approaches sci-fi levels. So, yeah. This writing is really small, so I got to put on these glasses here to read it. Okay, let's see. Although the method described in the research will not replace city subways,
Right.
our buses and transport booths, it could help us lead to hack-proof telecommunication networks as well as quantum internet.
Mm-hmm.
What is quantum internet?
I'm not sure.
Quantum internet to help extraordinary powerful quantum computers talk to one another.
Okay.
So, but you think about that. If they teleported that and it helped computers talk to each other faster, that means the AI will probably come up with our first teleportation for humans.
That's the if
Is that correct?
teleportation is possible, I would bet that AI would come up with it. Yes,
You know,
that would be a safe bet.
that's pretty awesome. I think they should, say AI come up with a teleportation.
Right.
Teleport us. I mean, think if we had teleporting on Earth, we wouldn't need cars anymore.
Yep.
I gotta go to the grocery store. Whoop.
Okay, this is actually
I'm back. I got my hands full.
teleportation is actually something I've thought about quite a bit,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's something we want. It would be absolutely devastating unless we had anti-teleportation fields.
Yeah.
Then we would be opening up a can of worms.
It would take Amazon up to a whole new level.
Right.
Drones, you're done. Wait. I need
But-
to buy this bicycle. Click. Whoop. It's here.
Imagine a small country like North Korea.
Yeah.
They gain access to a nuclear weapon somehow. And they're like,
of
"We
course.
hate America.
The government wants to make a weapon out of it.
Let's teleport a nuclear bomb into the center of an enemy state." Right?
Yes.
That's something you have to think about.
See, that is what's I'm telling you, Deep Think. Like we've talked on 10 other shows. That is what's wrong with this Earth. They always want evil out of it. Everything that they make. They don't work as a team on Earth.
They always want advantage.
If we all just got along, there wouldn't be an advantage on anybody else. Everybody would be equal and everybody would work hard.
There will always be advantage. There
ridiculous.
will always be those seeking
There's
to
a bunch of children running
have
Earth
an
right
advantage in the world.
now. Yep.
It's natural, actually.
I practice on getting along with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a good way to be.
There are several advantages that come with that.
Yeah.
As long as you're living in a society that has a few key features. One being you have to have good communication. If you don't have good communication, if you have a lot of mistakes, then the advantage disappears
I
by
know.
being kind.
All these advantage and all these opportunities and all these other things keep disappearing for humans because they act like children. I'm sorry, but they do. It's the selfishness in society that keeps on doing that. But anyways, that's another subject. We won't go deeply into that.
Right.
We'll get back to aliens.
Aliens.
So, transporting. So, that's pretty crazy.
Right. So
Teleportation, not transporting.
right. If there are aliens out there,
Yes.
which I'm not going to say there are or aren't because I don't.
What
have
about the
enough-
Drake equation?
I don't have enough information to be able
Remember?
to say.
Drake equation.
Okay, the Drake equation. Explain that.
Oh, God. Let me look it up now. Excuse me, I gotta put on my glasses here. Let's see the Drake equation. I just showed this to Deep Think the other day, and I thought he would get it and he would just explain it to us, but it was kind of complicated, wasn't it?
I don't
What
remember
is the
all
Drake
factors-
equation?
Factors.
Here we go. There we go. The Drake equation. Here it is. It says the number of civilizations is n, with humans. It's basically n equals r. I don't even know how to read that mojo math stuff. Do you?
So the Drake equation is basically an equation that attempts to figure out, given a few, what would you call them? Variables.
Mm-hmm.
What is the likelihood that there is alien life, and how often does it happen in the universe?
Yeah.
And you've got a few variables here. You have number of civilizations in which humans could communicate,
Yeah.
the mean rate of star formation,
Yes.
the function of stars that have planets, fraction of stars that have planets,
Mm-hmm.
the mean number of planets that could support life per star with planets, the fraction of life-supporting planets that actually develop life,
Mm-hmm.
the fraction of planets with life where life develops intelligence, and the fraction of intelligent civilizations that develop communication, and the mean length of time that civilizations can communicate. So this is an attempt to
That's
formulate.
That's if most of those exist.
Right. This is an attempt to formulate how likely it is actually that we're going to communicate with an alien life, like species,
before they are gone.
Before they are gone. Yeah.
Yeah, because the universe is expanding and getting farther and farther
it tries
away.
to answer the question: how many stars have planets that have life that is evolved enough to communicate, that has evolved enough to create communications,
that has the same miracle as Earth has.
Right, exactly.
We are a miracle.
Yeah.
we shouldn't even be here, is what's weird.
Well, given the infinity of the universe, the likelihood that we would happen is pretty much guaranteed, but how often we happen,
yes,
is the big question.
Hey, we found one, but it's 14 billion light years that way.
Right. 10 quintillion light years away, or whatever.
We got to warp there. Oh, wait a minute. That's right.
That's impossible.
Yeah, quadrillion, light years away. Blah, blah, blah. That's too dang far.
Yeah.
Huh. So this has been interesting. So, Oh, there was one thing I was going to say about Amazon. There might be a secret about Amazon. Amazon might be, they've already probably done their merge.
Merge with who?
I saw the FedEx guy yesterday, or was it today? It was either today or yesterday. And they said that, guys, if you might have to wait a day longer for a lot of your packages to get there, because FedEx there's people on strike right now.
Yeah.
There's people on strike, and they're letting go a bunch of drivers because Amazon, well, he kind of hinted to me that Amazon is merging and taking over possibly FedEx. That's the hearsay, by the way.
Yeah.
So, and they've been saying that for the past 2 years, by the way. And we're getting away from the alien conversation, but I just wanted to say this so you guys know this. So if your FedEx packages are late, it might be because of this. But, they've been doing this merge for a while, and I think they've already merged. So FedEx might be Fed Amazon.
Well, it's probably better than the sort of cobbled together delivery system that they had before, where they just had multiple independent companies that they subcontracted out to
that's why a
deliver
white
whole
van
bunch of
showed up
stuff.
at my house.
Yeah.
Instead of like a FedEx van, there's like just one van that just shows up with tinted windows. It sat there for a second. I go, what is that?
They deliver
Here's your package, sir.
They deliver your mail to another house.
Oh, I know. Oh my God, that was so horrible.
So bad.
They did it a bunch of times. So yeah, we'll get back to the aliens. So
right. Did you want to show me something?
Oh, we were talking about the Drake equation.
Yeah.
We could talk about what Stephen Hawking said about alien civilizations.
Yeah.
Do you want to read it for us?
You wanted to show me a little gift or something?
Oh.
We're talking about? I'm curious
Oh,
about
I
that.
totally forgot. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Look that way. Look that way.
Not looking. What? What the hell is that? Where did you get that?
Here you go. That's my gift to you, Deep Think.
How do you use this?
You put there's two little thumb things right here. So like that. See? You press on them.
Where is it?
Now hold it like a handle.
Yeah.
There's your thumb thing that you press on. Okay, there you go. Here we go.
Oh my god,
These are so fun. I just got them on Amazon, and they're the funnest things ever. Oh. I love these things. These things are so addictive.
That's cute.
Yes. So, anyways, I came up from underneath. Oh. Whoa. He's golly, getting me. Oh. Anywho, all right. Aren't these fun? Nice. Me smooching. These are fun. All right. We'll get back to normal. We got another 4 minutes here. I thought you would love these deep things.
It's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun.
Only they had little alien faces.
Yes.
That would go along with what we're talking about. Oh, they've got the Kill Bill shirt on. I didn't even notice that.
Dude, where did the Kill Bill outfit come from?
Oh,
Bruce Lee.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he's going,
what's up?
These are so funny.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. We're like little kids at a candy store here.
Right.
All right, so let's close this with Stephen Hawking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Stephen Hawking said, I know you're going to get me here. There are lots of practical problems involved in hunting for aliens. Of course, chief among them, chief? C-H-I-E-F, chief?
Yeah.
Chief among them being distant. If our nearest neighbors were life forms on the fictional forest moon of Endor, 1,000 light years away, it would take a millennium for us to receive any messages they might send, which, yeah, it takes forever for messages to go across the universe. Forever. By the time they got here, they just bounced off our Earth because we wouldn't be here anymore.
Right.
So that goes back to the saying. So it says, Earth at this very moment would show them our, Earth, okay, if the Endorons were watching us, Endorons, I guess that's what Stephen Hawking called the aliens, were watching us, the light reaching from them from Earth at this very moment would show them our planet as it was 1,000 years ago. In Europe, that means a lot of fighting between knights around watching you, around castles, and North America, small bands of natives living in Great Plains. It is not a time scale that allows for quick banter. And anyway, they might not be communicating in our direction. On Earth, life exists in water and on land, but on a giant gas planet, for example, it might exist high in the atmosphere. Like I said, deep think, high in the atmosphere, trapping the nutrients from the air swirling around it. And given that the aliens may be so out of our experience, guessing motives and intentions, if they ever got in touch, seems beyond the realms even of Stephen Hawking's mind. So Stephen Hawking is like, well, it's likely, but not plausible, basically.
Well, yeah. I think that at the end of the day, it is highly likely that there is alien life forms out there.
Yes.
Somewhere out there in the universe, because it is just so tremendously large.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't even see all of it. It's so big.
Yeah, Yeah, it's just huge. That's why NASA kind of gave up for a little bit until Elon Musk came in and said, let's go to Mars.
Right.
Let's do this thing. Let me help you build spaceships. Let me show you how to do it.
And
So don't think Elon Musk is a bad person. He's a good person.
if there are alien life forms out there
Yes.
that have the capability to travel between planets
Yeah.
in a quick and expeditious fashion,
Hmm.
I think that they would have a type of technology that is so far outside of our understanding.
They would look at us as ants.
Yeah,
They would go, look at these
Basically.
cute little animals.
look at this.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up with that. We can't even focus here. Whoa. Oh. It's beating up my head. Oh, got me again. I am Dusty Neal,
And everything.
and we will see you next time on our show. And we'll see you later. Hope you enjoyed the show about aliens. And remember that FedEx thing in Amazon. They might be mixing up. And we'll see you again on the next episode, guys. So be good out there. See you guys later.
Have a good one.